So this is NASCAR Heat 5. The game was released on July 10th, which was also the same day that Codemasters released F1 2020. So 704 or Motorsport Games, whatever you want to call them, same company. Same company, sort of. Decided that they were going to go head-to-head with Codemasters on the same day, even though Codemasters has a much more established series and a much larger player base. And frankly, just F1's hands down just a better game in general. Development for NASCAR 21 was still ongoing. Work the outside here, shove McDowell. Nice big push there. We're going to go to the inside here. This game was pretty much a copy and paste of Heat 5. There really was not very much that was different about it. I mean, there was a roster update, you got all the new drivers, but it was the regular NASCAR Heat price of $50 for basically a roster update. There was the addition of testing mode, which was basically just practice with no other cars. Didn't include any real testing mode features, and we're going to fly down here on the bottom. Oh, as we push up the track here into Dylan, we got somebody up the inside now. This is not where I want to be. See, there was really no testing mode features with it, like ghost cars, global leaderboard, shared car setups. But I mean, it was better than nothing. They also added in Esports Drivers. Rather than making the game better, they spent time licensing and adding in Esports Drivers. So this game also featured more DLC. Rather than just the usual 4 that had always been the case, they said, hey, let's release, I believe it was 3 more. 2 of which were not included in the season pass, despite the game saying on one of the loading screens that the season pass included all DLC. Additionally, the loading screens were made significantly longer so they could add in Fanatec ads, and that was a hard bump draft there from Matt Kenseth. We're riding here in 11th. About just over halfway through. Oh, we're going to get in the wall. A big bump again from Kenseth. Oh, almost got in the wall. The game features the same cycle menus. Oh, there was one noticeable thing, if I can get off the corner here. There was additional cameras. I almost got in the wall. There's 2 chase cameras, and then we had the roof camera in addition to just the hood camera. Oh, we got into Blaney. This is not going as well as I would have hoped. We are on auto AI. As with every game in this series, we are on the wheel in this one. Like with Heat 4. See if we can pinch Kenseth up to the wall. We got 3 laps to go. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch that car up there ahead of us. It's that Bowman, yeah. Bowman. We might be able to catch him if we can keep getting that draft from Kenseth. 2 to go. I want to get the car down to the bottom, but it just won't go down to the bottom. Struggling to get the car to rotate the corner. Just, it sucks up to the middle of the track, like it just does not want to turn down. So again, it's like I'm trying to go to the bottom and I'm just stuck up top. Yeah, we're not going to catch Bowman, that's for sure.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Oh, had to get out of the throttle a lot to keep it down there. And then I hit the apron. And yeah, that's going to give Kenseth the run on the outside.
Still there?
Oh, hit the apron. Nah, it's not good. Yeah. Yeah, okay, and for good measure. So this was Heat 5. But I do want to do one more thing real quick with this game. We got 95. So I want to take a look at the Indy road course, and you may be thinking, why? Well, this was the only track that was developed by 704 Games, which is now Motorsport Games. So as we look towards NASCAR 21, I want to use this track to see how their work has been. So, because all other tracks in the game were made by Monster Games, who 704 contracted out development of. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this track. Oh, first, here's a quote from 704 Games on their blog post about this track when it came out. Quote, "This track was without a doubt the most difficult one we've put together. It wasn't without some frustration, but we think the community will really like the new challenge this presents, not just in offline play, but in online play as well. It's rough, tight corners, make for some excellent and bold passing zones, but if you miss them by an inch, you're overshooting the corner. It's without a doubt one tough track and ranks up there with the Charlotte Roval as far as learning curves go. Should be fun to see the community feedback and online mayhem this track creates." End quote. Okay, so let's go out on track. Okay, so we come out of the pits here. We use the little pit exit. We stay to the right here. Oh, and okay, we get a penalty for using the little official pit exit. So that's nice. Here's where things get interesting. Over on the left here, there's no curbing, but I can back up here. There's curbing over here on the right for the old F1 loop. They put curbing on part of the track that's not used, but then didn't put curbing on part of the track that is used. Why? There's no sausage curb there. Not sure if on the back here on the right is what I was talking about. There's no back here on the right. There's no big sausage curb that's perpendicular to the track. Not sure if that was there in 2020, but observation. Let's see. Did they put in curbing over? Okay, the game's going to penalize me because I'm going off track. Yeah, so they put in curbing again back over here on the exit of the old F1 loop, but not on the actual track that you're using. Why? So again, as we work our way down to the corner down here, I forget what corner this is, I think 7. On the right, there's definitely something missing. It would be your brake marker boards. There's none. I guess people don't need to know when to brake. So as we come through here, okay. So here's something. You can see it up there too, but the curbing is not very well done along the edge of the track here. There's like gaps where you see the grass. Like, they can just do a better job with that. So here's another issue. Again, on the left, on the fences here, there's marker boards. They're non-existent. I mean, thankfully, there's this line here, because that's usually what I use as a brake marking point, at least in R-Factor 2. I usually end up braking just a little bit before that. But now we're going to look over here on the right. The game actually wants you to cut this corner. It wants you to come all the way down here like I'm running. But that's not the track. This is the track. You can actually see it because they put it in, but they neglected to put the actual curbing in again. There's this white line here. That's the edge of the track, not the grass there. But that's where they want you to run, is down there to the grass and cut this corner. So they don't want you to actually run the actual track. They want you to just cut the corner, and then they put no curbing there. These walls here aren't actually there, but I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to prevent people from going straight and going around through turn one of the oval backwards. But I mean, there's a better way to do that and keep the track looking more accurate. I wonder though, can I drive through here? I can't. Okay, it's invisible wall. Again, down here into turn one, there's no marker boards. Why? Here's why. Because they did exactly what I said that they were going to do when I complained about this not being in the game. They had the oval already made. And so all they had to do was copy paste that, then add the road course in the middle of it. And that's exactly what they did. You can see that if we go backwards here. These yellow boards over here on the fence and the marks on the wall. That's the restart zone for the oval. Okay. You can see it again if we keep coming down. There's no marker boards for the road course, but hey, we got marker boards for the oval. Not that we need them. And I mean, the marker boards are just plain. There's actually nothing on them. They would really have the number of meters, usually is what it is, to the corner. So, but that's the Indianapolis road course. How did they think that was good? Also, I think this track is just terrible to drive. But just how did 704 Games think this was a good quality track? There's so many problems with it. And this is what we're going to get probably going forward. Because it's the same team at 704 Games that's now Motorsport Games. Just under new ownership. And actually at this time, 704 was owned by Motorsport Games. This really just shows how lazy 704 Games, Motorsport Games, is as a developer. So this was Heat 5, and this is the last video and the final look at NASCAR Heat. So if you enjoyed it, then leave a like. Thanks for watching, and until next time, so long everybody.